Yeah, sweet. Hurt myself in the fucking gym. It's still the 23rd of the 6th month. What are we up to? It's a place in camp, quite far away. It's about a 15-minute walk or a hike if you're Canadian or fucking American. A place called Crow's Nest. Me and my mate Harry on our off day went to town, using the bus system. Got some fucking junk food and came back. He got his weed, and we went up to Crow's Nest and had a fucking smoke. I've got some videos from doing that kind of shit. The one where I'm in the tree, I actually don't remember getting up into the tree. I just remember kind of coming down and sort of walking off. I don't know how I got back to camp in that state. We spent the whole dinner with about 100 kids in a dining hall, stoned off our fucking faces. I can't believe we didn't get caught or fired. I'm pretty sure they're suspected, but they're like, nah, surely these cunts can't be that dumb. Just smoke weed in camp, surely. So we got pretty lucky with that. That was fucking funny though, that whole thing. I'm glad we did it. Anyway, 2 weeks ago, went with Erica to her house before. I believe it was a party at Eric's house, and we go inside. It's a nice looking neighborhood. That's actually when I saw my first raccoon up close, so I was pretty excited about that. Anyway, we get inside and we're standing around, and then Erica's sister comes out from the other part of the house, and she's like, what are you doing? Who are these people? And Erica's like, these are the gappers. She's like, oh yeah, and doesn't even introduce herself and just kind of stands there and says, I'm gonna have a friend coming over. You need to leave the house. And Erica's like, yeah, I've got guests over. What are you on about? But she's saying it in quite a passive tone because she's the younger of and the other sister, the bitch sister, is a bit older. So siblings and all that. It's pretty much her older sister just rides all over her and really kind of embarrasses her in front of us, and then she fucks off. And she keeps saying it's not fair that you having the lounge room now with the gappers as well as using the car. You can only pick one or some shit. So she eventually gets the car and fucking drives off with it. And we've got all our shit in the back of it, our sleeping bags and packs that we need because we're going over to Eric's house. And we had to go and pick up our shit using a different car because the sister had a beer and was like, nah, I'm not coming back. And we're like, but you said you're going to bring the car back. Why did you have a beer? And she's like, I don't give a fuck. So we had to go pick up the car, get all the shit, put it in the new car that we had, and then go to Eric's house. What a fuck. I've never met anyone like that, and I hope I never met anyone like that again. Just absolutely crazy. Went to Blend's Coffee last time I was in town. They make the best water I've ever drunk in my life. So we've been there on I think 6 separate occasions. It was 3 times in one day, actually that day. So every time I go in there, because it's free Wi-Fi, you always have a Snapchat of the white mugs and water because it's some fucking tasty water. Made a bit of a mistake though because we went to, I believe it was FatBurger. I think for what should be the last time, it was the 5th and probably final time we're going to FatBurger. It's just so bad for you, man. And whenever we go, we always do the challenge, the eating challenge, which is this huge triple fucking burger. It's just got 2 pounds of beef or something fucking crazy, and you eat through that, and they give you a little ticket to get another free burger next time you come. So all up, it's $16, but we're on one real big burger, which will fill you up easily, and probably have you going until the next day, as well as a burger to fill you up just for breakfast, lunch, or fucking dinner, depending on. It's just for $16, that's pretty crazy. So we kind of made a pact not to go back there, but we probably will go back there. Anyway, we went to FatBurger. I ordered, I ordered the eating challenge, and I think I got a shake as well. It was a pretty good shake. And then we went to Blend's Coffee. I ordered this Supremo fucking hot chocolate, this crazy big drink, full of I don't know, it was Belgian chocolate, milk chocolate. So it was really really rich and sugary. So I had that as well, and I just felt like shit, man. I actually felt like ass. So so I felt like shit for the rest of the day. I guess that's pretty funny. I don't know. Eric's party. Yeah, we finally got all our shit from Erica's bitch sister. Ended up at Eric's party. They're playing this cute little board game. I don't really know how to describe it. You probably won't care anyway. We did end up playing King's Cup. Well, what we call four kings, what they call 4 cups, King's Cup, but they use like a cup, not like a vessel or just a cup. So that was a little bit disappointing. Fucking bitches. I got way too drunk. Fucking got totaled. Woke up in the middle of the night, pretty much spooning with Zaya, the Australian gaffer. I was okay with that, to be honest. The next day, they're like, let's go to town and buy some food and get some kind of gear. And I'm like, no, no, I'm not leaving the fucking house. And so they fucked off. And I just chilled in the house until they came back, and then went off and got some KFC. I must have spent like $30 in KFC, man. So I brought that back, ate it, and still kind of felt like shit. Then headed off to work for the next day. There you go. Jack's house. Really cool guy, works there. Offered his house, so we went and stayed there. It's also the night we saw Finding Dory. I'll talk about that a bit later, I think. Yeah, great guy. Gave us free bacon, so he's okay in my books. We also ordered pizza, which is fantastic. And I slept in the same bed as Zaya, so, you know, not going to complain there. This has probably been like a 2-week continuous sort of thing where I've been sick and everyone else has kind of been like trying to not get sick. And I originally got sick from this girl called Bracken. In my last vlog I would have been like probably rasping a lot. And yeah, so it's been about 2 weeks now. At least everyone's got what I had, or what Bracken had. So I think I played a pretty important part in passing that sickness around. So good on me. Star Swim and Sauna has been pretty cute. We'll be getting the whole group together and going down to waterfront, have a swim in a closed off swimming bay, as well as a sauna, which is really cute as well. Yeah, but I think it was a couple of days ago we finished dinner, and for 2 days straight we've been going for a swim, and I'm like, let's go for a swim. And they're like, we're gonna do this thing called it was like almost like a hoedown. I'm not sure what they call it. It's like a staff, I don't know, thing where you dance, and what happens is a random person, I think, chooses a dance move, and everyone has to dance to that dance move. And I'm like, fuck that shit. Internally, of course, I don't want to actually say that out loud because I'll probably get a warning. So I snuck off. Well, I didn't sneak off. I asked a couple of people if they want to come for a swim, because you can only swim in the special swim area when there's someone else lifeguarding you. So I went over to a couple of the key people. Cliff being one, or Cliff Joe being one of them. I'm like, let's go for a swim. And he's like, oh, you know. And I'm like, all right. Went over to some other people. Want to go for a swim? Want to go for a swim? They're like, so I'm like, all right. Went off, had a solo swim. Also dived into an area where you're not supposed to dive into. Fuck. Yeah, breaking the rules, man. Went back just as they were all fucking leaving to go for a fucking swim, the bastards. And I'm sitting there on the couch on my phone, and one of the staff members didn't want to swim. She's like, Karen, what are you doing, man? You always go for a swim. You're usually the first person to jump up and go for one. And I'm like, already been for one. And she's like, oh. And everyone around me is like, oh, Kale, come on, don't go for the, come on. That's bad, don't do that, you know, all this other shit. I don't think they told anyone, but that's so much I don't care. Also, about so there's these 3 areas on a kind of dock that wraps around the swim area. These are a red zone where you cannot jump, you cannot enter at all, you cannot dive, you cannot jump, don't do anything, right? And there's an area called the yellow zone where you can jump in feet first, and there's a green zone where you can do whatever the fuck you want, except a gainer, which is like backflipping in. And when I did one particular day, when all the kids are swimming, the kids had got out and, you know, gone over to get changed. And I just been in the sauna because I had to be in the sauna to look after the kids, or at least one adult had to be. And I started to go in there and chill. And I had like a little water pistol, so I was like spraying the hot iron, and I was like, so I was amusing my fucking self with that. And I left the sauna, and I'm like, I'm just gonna jump in the water quickly to cool off. And they're like, yeah, sweet as. The lifeguards, I mean, were like, yeah, sweet as. So we went up to the yellow zone and dived in, and I could hear them gasp like before I hit the fucking water, man. And I come up, and they're like, one of them in particular, the other one was Erica. She's a bit more quiet. The other one is like, you can't do that. Don't dive in the yellow zone. You know, people become quadriplegic because of that. And I get out of the water, and I'm like, I don't care. She's like, you should care. You know, this is very serious. And I'm like, well, come along tonight and watch every one of the staff diving in the yellow area, because that's what we do. And she's like, well, that shouldn't be happening. You know, you're gonna be the reason that we all get banned from swimming in waterfront. And I'm just like, whatever. You know. It's just some people, man. Like, I don't know. Also on the subject of Erica, I suppose, not really into her anymore. Yeah, I think she's just a bit too quiet. Doesn't really reveal that much. Like she, you know, I don't know. She's into yoga a lot. A bit like really into it. Like rolls on a mat and does some stretches every now and again. I'm just not really fucking her. And she's really into, she's obviously a vegan as well. And a couple other things. It's just kind of like a lot of stuff, and really I just don't care anymore. I did care before. I actually quite liked her, but then I couldn't really find anything that we could sort of do together that would be fun. It was just sort of just me kind of going along to her acro yoga and participating in like stretches and shit with her. That was really the only thing that we had in common, other than like me like joking around and talking shit, which I don't think she liked that much. But I've just been putting on the heat. Like I don't fucking hold back anymore. So that ship has sailed. Killing the mouse with Dad on FaceTime. Oh, that was a classic. It was like 12 o'clock at night, I think. I was the last person left in Highest, and I'm FaceTiming my dad on Facebook. And I'm talking, and then I see like some movement out of the corner of my eye. I freaking like, you know, I glance up and there's a mouse chilling, and I'm like, oh, and I switch the camera around so Dad's watching, and I got the light on and everything, and Dad's like, oh, you know, and I'm like, should I get it? He's like, yeah, if I can get it. So I jump up and I think he gets underneath the door and runs over to where these sort of plastic bins are, which have like recycling cans, plastics, you know. And I start and he's like, you know, get the pins and start like trying to crush it with him. So I started doing that, and then I made a run for it across the room, and I caught it with my foot and just started stomping on it, and which is great. I don't think. I say Dad was like, you know, whooping and bloody, you know, encouraging me, but he just kind of like, he just looked quite serious. Like, because I was looking at him as he's watching. He was just like this. He's like, you know, he wasn't really, wasn't much emotion going on. And after I killed it, he's like, yeah, you better get rid of the body, you better get rid of the evidence. And I'm like, because I just realized then that half the people that work at camp are vegetarians and the rest are fucking vegan. Like you know. So I had to get some shit out and clean up the fucking mess. And I took it straight up to the dumpster. I'm not putting it in the rubbish bin. I'm not risking anyone finding it. And I was looking at the whiteboard. I was trying to find something funny to put, you know, that would like people look at it and be like, what the fuck is this? So I made like a little tally chart with mice in one column and Pia Pia, which is my nature name, in the other column. And I put like a little kind of notch under Pia Pia, you know, like 1 point for Pia Pia. And people in the morning are like, what the fuck is this? And then others that like knew about this were like laughing their asses off, and they're like, yeah, Pia Pia got a mouse last night. And they're like, what the fuck? Yeah. Also, I got another one. It was a tag and release. There's another mouse running around, but it keeps people in there as well, and I don't want to fucking crush it in front of everyone, like, because everyone's vegetarian and shit. So I kind of got it underneath a towel, and I picked it up, and I carried it off to the bush, and as I was carrying it, like, it shed itself, and I released it without harm. And I'm sure it would have found itself back in there within like 2 days, or probably less, but such is life. Finding Dory, this was when we were staying at Jack's. We all got tickets sorted out. I don't have a fucking Visa card. I probably never will have a Visa card because I'm just that useless. So a mate got me one. Erica actually got me one. A mate, Zaya, didn't actually get a. Well, he thought he got someone else to tell someone else to get him a ticket, and it was the classic, scene on messages on Facebook. So you just assume that they saw it, but they didn't fucking see it. So he didn't get a ticket, the poor guy. So he had to buy another one for the next screening. So it was a 2D movie. So he just snuck into our one. But he gets inside, and of course it's 3D. So he had to go through the whole movie with 3D glasses. Sad one. Game of Thrones, season 6, episode, second to last one. I think that's 7. I don't know. Yeah, going mental, crazy. Hurt my throat actually from yelling so much when Littlefinger showed up. So that's so much I enjoyed it. People getting sick of me giving them shit. Well, not really. I was kind of exaggerating when I wrote that. Just like I said before, people kind of like Cliff thinking they figured me out, and I'm just sort of like, I am obviously quite immature, but they think that they sort of have me figured out. Classic one though is Brecken. So she was a coordinator for one of the schools that arrived, and a coordinator is someone that all the teachers go and talk to and figure out what's going on. And she's kind of in charge of me, but not really, but sort of. So we got a lot of chances to work together. And what would happen a lot will be I'll just be saying something, just like the way I talk. I keep a straight face even when I'm joking a lot of the time. So she wouldn't really know if I'm being serious or not a lot of the time. And actually, there's a couple people here at camp that can't detect sarcasm really at all. So it's really fun fucking with them. But it got to the point. So for 3 days, it was me here and a couple other people. And then after the 3 days, man, whenever I like talk to her, and if she gets even a hint of me joking, like from now on, she'll just like switch off and be like, yeah, sure thing, Cal, yeah. I can't get any reaction from her anymore. She just like, she's learnt the ways of the no fucks given, which is really, really great to see. Mornings looking at Zaya, as I previously mentioned. No, actually, I actually haven't previously mentioned, but Zaya is like an angel in human form. Just really, pretty much perfection. He plays the violin like a fucking master. He can sing. He can play guitar. He was a head boy back in Tasmania. He's just he's nothing that he isn't good at, basically. And every morning, because I'm top bunk, I like to look down at his beautiful little angelic face. So I consider myself quite lucky. Zaya actually got really fucking drunk one time. It was the second time I got drunk at Paul's house. He passed out with kind of like a that pose. I don't know. I was going around asking for opinions on what I can say in my vlog, and that was one of the things that was brought up. So if you find it funny, good for you. Yeah, staff swim. 3 days ago, I believe, we had this slow motion running and jumping into the swim area, and it was quite funny because we had the camera just centered and watching people entering the water and people running and doing kind of like a salmon thing where they kind of like do the whole like seizure thing with their body before they hit the water, and people running along, and it gets to like the 6th person still in slow motion, and then all of a sudden this like ass appears like into the frame, like coming slowly past, and they're like people, it just looks like me with my ass hanging out, just sprinting for the end of the wharf, and then I like jump, and I jump kind of like forward, but so it's like I'm sitting in the chair, so I eventually do like a back flop, and it just looks hilarious, man. My ass is hanging out, it looks like I'm fully naked. It's just crack up. Everyone was there. everyone was there and witnessed that. Hopefully I don't get a warning. I probably will get a warning, but I don't fucking care anymore. I'm planning on actually getting like a canoe in the swim area, and have all of us standing on the dock facing out, you know, into like these hills, and it's actually quite beautiful. Everyone with their asses out, and get a photo of that. I'll probably frame that shit and bring it back to New Zealand because it will be amazing. I've got to organise it though. And I'm sure there'll be some people that won't be comfortable with it, but they can go fuck themselves. Kid threw up in a urinal. Not a sink, not a toilet, a urinal, man. This kid must have come running in from lunch or breakfast or some shit and just thrown up in the urinal. Yep. I've been gradually working on that, so whenever I go for a piss, I'll make sure I go into the left urinal. I'm like trying to like piss it down the drain because I'm not fucking cleaning that shit up. Classic one. I've been staying up like kind of later and later, and I'm normally the last person to go to bed because everyone likes going at the same time because people get scared walking back through the forest, which is fair enough. These fucking cougars and bears like left, right, and center in this place, so you know, up to them. But what I like to do is turn on my my little portable speaker that I have. It's like a pill, like a Apple, yeah, pill. You know, just a portable speaker. What I like to do is turn that up to full and just sprint through the forest with my little phone torchlight to guide me, and just sprint through there playing some random song. That's been pretty fun. I've been invited to a family dinner on Saturday, I think, or Sunday. Saturday or Sunday at Tess and Devon's. So, you know, looking forward to that. They actually invited all the Gappers to come along, and they invited like another separate family to come as well. So that's going to be really cute, and I'm really looking forward to it. Just because it, like, the place, I've gone there maybe 4 or 5 times, I've stayed over, and it feels like a family. You know, they're quite tight. I'm not going to talk shit about them. I'm not even going to say anything about a couple of the people. I'm just going to say that it's a really nice place to be. Also, nearing the end of the vlog, and I'm going to keep calling it a vlog. It's stuck in my head. I can't say vlog anymore. I just call it a vlog, and I'm not going to try and call it a vlog because it annoys people, so I'm just going to keep doing it. I will organise an interview with Zaya, Harry, possibly Alex. I have to make sure that, like, she has to promise not to be offended. And I'll maybe sort out an interview with Joe as well. Interview, who knows? I've got to sort out the questions though. So we will see how we go. Last story, probably not the best one, but I think it's just like kind of sums me up. Walked into an Asian store, couldn't read shit. I'm like reading this directly off the paper that I wrote down. Couldn't read shit, and I was being racist and insensitive to the amusement of the Gappers, but not Erica, who was driving us. So I walk into the store, and as it's written down on the paper, I like look around, not a fucking English word to be seen, bro. I'm like, the fuck? And apparently there's sushi to be had, but I can't see shit. It's just like these stuff everywhere, these toilet paper, fucking. I'm walking along, and there's a big kind of freezer, so I grab some shit and kind of keep it on going. And I get to like the counter, and this chick like behind us like, how was your day? And I'm like, you know, really, really good, thank you. She's like, okay, that'll be $25. I'm like, here you go. She said, oh, thank you. Would you like a burger? I was like, excuse me. She said, what? I'm like, and she's like, would you like a bag for 5 cents? And I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, that'll be great. She's like, thank you, no problem. Have a nice day. And I get the stuff, and I walk out the store. And as soon as I get outside, I'm like, I turn to Zai, and I'm like, hello. And he just cracks up, and Erica's like, stop that right now. And I'm like, have a nice day. And just for the rest of the day, that was kind of the running joke. Hello. Would you like a bag with that? So that was really funny for us. Probably not sorry for Erica, who, oh, I forgot to mention she's Asian. Yeah. There you go. I don't think there's anything else to fucking mention. I think I need to do vlogs more often, because I'm sure I'm forgetting shit. If I remember something else, I'll try and scribble it down so I can include it in the next one. Yeah. I'll probably shave this off like probably today, man. I'm not digging it that much. Yeah. Oh well. Hope you're all having a fucking great day, because I know I am. 3 minutes to dinner, baby. You know where I'm gonna be at. Sheesh!